So since 1990, PFI has awarded an individual or couple who have shown dedication to sustainable agriculture, who have shared their knowledge with others, who have fostered vibrant communities, diverse farms, and healthful food, and who work to protect on their own farms, regionally or statewide, all that is and should be good about Iowa, our soils, our water, and our air. We are so lucky to be part of an organization that celebrates sustainable agriculture and has so many different people to choose from to award this each year. But it is with my pleasure to introduce this year's Sustainable Agriculture awardees, John and Beverly Gilbert. Their row crop and livestock farm, Gibraltar Farms, located near Iowa Falls in Hardin County, consists of around 800 acres and has been in their family since 1870. The farm employs John's brother, Greg, and his wife, Barb, and John's son, John, and his wife, Sarah, and their daughter, Isabel, as well as a full-time employee, Wendell Bear, and a few part-time employees. Their farm management includes long-range crop rotations for added diversity, use of cover crops, use of tillage only when necessary, going in and out of forages, and they are unabashed supporters of farmer-owned livestock. They milk 50 to 60 cows and farrow to finish 200 to 250 outdoor antibiotic-free pigs for Nyman Ranch. They are believers that the sun and soil are the best medicine. In addition, John and Bev have been outward and vocal proponents of this age-old full-cycle farming system to help halt this downward spiral of water quality in our state, authoring editorials and letters to local and state publications, maybe politicians too. In John's words, because he is so very quotable, we have created a perfect storm of water quality problems. It means we have a lot of hard work to do, and everyone must pitch in. This problem is way past the denial stage, and the sooner that is understood, the sooner finding solutions can build momentum. Understanding causes is essential to finding workable solutions. The good news is the recommendations, cover crops, no-till, long-range crop rotations, basic conservation, do make a difference. Knowing what to do is the easy part. The hard part is changing attitudes. Please join me in welcoming John and Beverly Gilbert and family.
Thank you, Wendy, for such a nice introduction, and this is such an honor for our family. I'm far more comfortable in a dairy parlor than I am here, but I will give it a try at a few things that I feel about PFI. A few years ago, my husband and I actually made it to a Friday night potluck together. That's pretty unusual because my main responsibility through the past years has been milking the cows, and so I was usually home and he was usually here. And I had to laugh most of the way home because I had so many people come up to me and say, "I didn't know John Gilbert had a wife." And so I thought, okay, I need to think about this. Now that this award came up, I thought, you know, PFI has really affected my life so much, and I haven't come to the meetings necessarily because I'm home milking the cows, but here are a few of the ways. A long time ago, probably 20 years ago, we came to a workshop and we had to take the Briggs-Myers personality test. And John and I agree on our philosophy on things most of the time, but I learned anyway, maybe he already knew this, but I learned that our management styles are like solar systems apart. And I thought, that really helped me. It might have saved our marriage, I don't know. So there was number one. And then after I started doing more with the dairy, I took the homeopathy for animals short course. And that took a lot of stress out of my life because I learned so much about animal behavior. And hopefully it took the stress out of the animals too, but it really did help. And every morning when I walk out the door to go help milk, I see my husband's 7-year rotation out in front of me and all the different colors of the different crops. And I go, maybe, just maybe we got something right when we were doing this. And most of all, this farm has raised 3 children who have grown up to be really responsible adults. They have 2 master's degrees and a doctorate. And I never dreamed that a dairy farm in Hardin County could ever do that. And I'm so proud of the kids. And part of it was the perseverance and the work ethic that this farm, put forth. And they learned real fast how to cope with a farm that really wasn't the same as everybody else's. It was just a little bit different. And so I thank PFI every day, and it is a part of my life. I'm not there, but it's a big part of my life.
Some of you know me, and you know that I can't pass up a microphone without having something to say. So, Dan slipped me a few bucks a little bit ago to kill some time, so he didn't have to talk so long. So, I want to start by thanking Wendy for the nice things she had to say and for her very generous nomination. Where we were. Very surprised. I've sat and listened to these presentations for a number of years, and there are people on that list that are the big names in sustainable agriculture. They're the titans in this organization. They've been mentors and teachers and guiding lights, for us for a number of years, and so it's really quite an honor to be able to be on that same list. There was never a time when we were making farm decisions that said, well, maybe we need to be doing this because it'll make us better able to get an award. That's not what we do. We're more worried about paying the bills and keeping costs down and figuring out how to get the work done. So it's really quite an honor, and I really have to thank the people that make this organization what it is, because there's a lot of people that will tell you that sustainability doesn't have much meaning anymore. It's been co-opted so much. But this is one organization. The members of this organization prove to us that it still has meaning, because you're the folks who have never wavered in walking the walk. And so the membership really has to be thanked, because that's what makes this recognition such an honor. I want to thank the board for their vote of confidence, and the staff for making it a special event for Beverly and I. Sustainability is a journey. It's not a destination. There's been a lot of people have helped us on our journey, and as Beverly mentioned, our kids have been a big part of that. 2 of them are here tonight. Will you stand up? Our daughter Kate and son John are here. You've heard from the most important person on the farm. The second most important person was brave enough to stay home to start milking tonight, and so if you see John beating a hasty retreat out the door, it's because he's off to help her. We're very grateful to have that opportunity to be able to come here and spend that evening with you folks. I have 5 brothers. One of them farms with us. The other 4, have made various contributions to the farm over the years, and so we have to thank them, because between them and my late parents, that's kind of what laid the foundation for what we've been able to do. And so we're very grateful, for the opportunities that we were afforded. And we've had an endless list of people who have helped us over the years along on our journey. I have to recognize Wendell Barr. Wendell, would you stand up? Wendell's a neighbor, a friend, a member and a sustainable farmer in his own right. And you know, his help has been greatly appreciated over the years, although Wendell, I'm sure we don't say it near often enough, but we're very grateful for all your dedication and your help. And this recognition it partly belongs to you, because it wouldn't be possible without a lot of what you've done. And I think that over the years, there have been many others. I don't know, is Eric Bryden here? He's been coming by and helping us a couple of days a week, and we appreciate that. And I think we probably have got a couple of alumni here. Suzanne Costello and Emily Falscraft. If you're here, why stand up and take a bow. You know, they're people who touched our lives, and we hope maybe we helped them along a little on their journeys. So thank you very much. I know we're running short on time here, and we're the opening act, and the headliners are no doubt getting warmed up. But I'm going to say just a couple words about an aspect of sustainability that we don't normally consider, and that is, what is there about what we do, about why we do it, and the way we do it that sustains us? And I'm not thinking so much about physically as beyond the physical. Whether you want to think of it as being emotional or psychological or even spiritual is not as important as realizing that those of us involved in sustainability have something that is lacking in much of the rest of society. We have an opportunity to, as the theme of the conference says, to pass it on. There are a lot of ways that what we have could be described. You could call it dedication, perseverance, grit. But like so many things with sustainability, the more you try and describe them, the less you understand them. And it's one of those things that you have to, that you know it when you see it. Just as we know what it is in our daily lives that gives us meaning, just as we know where we're inspired and what leaves us in awe, these are the sort of things that we can know, but we really can't explain to other people. But I think the important thing is that we take from that some of the things that we benefit from. For instance, our partnership with nature, we understand our role in the cycle of life. We're kept honest and humble. We're constantly reminded that we cannot have dignity without first having respect and compassion for life. From our connectedness to our work, to our families, to our heritage, we're kept grounded. We know what's important. We get the confidence in our own abilities and the faith in the people around us. We understand that home means a familiarity with an area or a farm as a place of both living and livelihood. And from that we get a rootedness, a sense of belonging, even security, and a feeling that we can have control over our destinies. These are the sort of things that we need to find a way to pass on. How we do that, I don't know. But I will guarantee that the industrial ag folks who are very intent on co-opting sustainability won't be doing it. I will say that we can probably start by keeping a mental tally of how many people our work affects every year. It's a good way to realize what the reach of our efforts are. And I think we do well to remember the lines from Wendell Berry's poem on being a poet that remind us there are no unsacred places. there are only sacred places and desecrated places. For we need to have the reverence to understand what a magnificent gift is that we've been given to spend our lives working in a system that is magical and mystical and awe-inspiring as the one that sustains our species and much of the life on this little orb. And we must always have the humility to remember our calling is to take care of that system, not to take credit for it. And so it's with greatest humility that Beverly and I, on behalf of our family, thank you very much for this award. Good.